Hera, goddess of help and mercy, healing and other things in between. This video is going to be about her, but also the healing spirit within this subject and how we can make it work for us in our practice. So if you want to know more, keep watching the video. Hera, welcome this day. Hera, goddess of help, goddess of light and healing, goddess. And we are lighting the incense and lighting all three, for you know the past and the present and the future, for you know what we need in our lives, and so we seek you today. Hera. Sage is what we need to purify. Hera, welcome to this, our ritual. Hail, Hera. We welcome you and ask that your energy be with us this day. Hail and welcome. Hi guys, Tuva here. As I've just mentioned, we are doing all about Hera. Now, she is a wonderful goddess. She is one of healing and kindness, but she also knows when to be firm as well. One of Frigg's handmaidens. She is a Valkyrie. She has been renownedly known for being with the Norns, knowing them and having communion with them. So you can see that she is quite an important goddess, and Snorri speaks of this in the Eddas. He speaks of the fact that she is renownedly known as one of the most important goddesses, and so we can be assured that she is brilliant at what she does. She is spoken of in the prose Eddas, but also in the book Svipdasmal. She's taught about in many stories associated with overseeing childbirth and the entrance of one's life into this world. And the thing of that is, guys, because of this, she has power over life and death. And so when she's with the other Valkyries on the battlefield, she would take the ones that she knew were going to pass. She would take the ones and heal the ones that could be healed. So she was kind in that way and was offering her aid, not just to take them into death and leave the ones that were in agony on the battlefield. She would literally get the healing to these guys. She would help them, and so seen as a very compassionate goddess, one that we can go to when we need that help, when we're in a situation that needs a little bit of oomph, needs that extra loving care. I like her because she's down to earth and you can talk to her and she does understand. Now on my altar I have got, and I want that to come over here really, I've got candles for light, and I have incense sticks burning, and I want it to drop into this, which is actually a bowl, but it is a swan, and swan indicates the Valkyrie. because of swan's feathers, and in algae the swan is mentioned. And so that is one of the runes, algae, and obviously strength, which is urus. When I welcomed her in, I'm not just welcoming in a goddess, I'm asking her energy to be with me for what I want to do. Now, this is going to be a very small ritual, but one that you can do to aid those that you know need help, that are not getting help, or to aid yourself, or the world in what's going on. You know, the terrible things that we are all going through at the moment. We need that energy in the world, and also Mother Earth needs that energy too. Tonight I just wanted to honour her, bring her energy in, and talk about the incense, what we can actually do with it. Now, I collect the incense off of the stick, and it can be used in many ways, which I have spoken about before. There are things attached to her in folklore. Now, it's not written in the Eddas, but women would invoke her by using white flowers, and these flowers would be called Aera flowers. And so there is no known flower to be named for it. So whoever used them would just use white flowers. So it was up to the individual what they felt was needed for whatever situation. But the invocation would draw her with the whiteness of the flowers. Her colours are red, green and white. And so the reason for that is red being the colour of blood, because blood is part of the medic side of things. White being the pure energy of healing, the importance of keeping oneself healthy. The green would be the planet Earth or Midgard. And so we have those abundance of colours. The light, obviously, fire. I always work with fire, guys. It is part of my practice. And again, you can scry with this while you're doing it, but what my aim is to catch some of this and put it into this, into the swan. Now, I'm using sage because sage is ideal for healing. She has correspondences also, feel the animals, and this is just a gut feeling for me, and that would be the ravens. They take the message, they bring back the answers. So they are intervening with Frigg and Odin. The wisdom would come through for the healings. You can get a small piece of paper and write with this when it is done, and then write what it is, a name or a picture, a symbol, anything that means a lot to you with what you're doing. You can then get a photo of it, of the person or the animal or whatever it is, or just this, what you've written. While you're doing that, the incense is burning, the energy is coming. Okay guys, so the idea behind this is when this burns, you are indicating that healing energy to go to the feathers, to the swan, to the symbol of the Valkyries. You are seeking that Aera will be part of your ritual. Now I have a bottle and a scroll pen which I use. You don't have to make an ink out of your incense. You can make up a proper ink out of dragon's blood, or you can buy it. Whatever you want to do, there are recipes that you can use to make your own ink, or you can buy it. And then you need obviously your paper for what you're going to write or draw. Now I am going to write something that I need, and I'm going to take my ink pen and I'm going to dip it in, and we are going to write with it. At least I hope so. There we go. Right. So I'm going to write healing for And obviously I don't want to say her name, but this is what I want. On the paper I will put it to aid her situation. And I want to say, hail, always address it as if you were talking to the goddess herself. So, hail, Eir, that's E-I-R. And at the bottom, you can put whatever it is you wish for her to know about the situation. So I'm just going to add the problem. Scroll pen is much better because it is natural. Okay, and once you've done that, always put the stopper back in the bottle if you have a bottle, because ideally you want it not to tip over and not to cause grief. So, yeah. And while the energies are coming into this, I also have volcanic sand, and that is like fire. It has energies from the earth, from the heart of the earth, which is the heart of the mother. And that also is very powerful. We cut the paper into pieces and we then put it into the swan. We add the volcanic sand, and then after that we put in the pieces we want to put in of ourselves. You can then put the incense, what's left of it, into the swan also. We leave it on the altar overnight, and then tomorrow you will then take it out into the element, because her element is air. And also you have to remember that the Valkyries would fly, and so you want to go at the time of day when the crows are around, when the magpies are around. So the birds are the messengers, and they will take that and they will aid that situation, but they have to receive it. So your intent has to be, when you go out in the morning, you let it go. You don't think about it, you don't deal with it. It's done. You believe it's done, and it will be done. So, as I said to you, there are correspondences. The crystals are agate, bloodstone, aquamarine and hematite or hematite. So they're the stones that you can use. Incense would be lavender, sage, all the things you would expect for the healing energy. Patchouli is another one that you can use as well, that's a good one. And all these herbs added, which you can also put into your swan, or offerings that you can also give to her would be fruit, flowers, very light things like soup, and believe it or not, bread and jam. She loves that. So you put stuff like that on the altar, or you feed the animals. That is an offering. By feeding the crows or the ravens or the other birds, you're actually giving back, and so that would be acceptable as an offering. So now you have your piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is take this, and we're going to put that into here. I want to tear the paper up. Now as we tear the paper up, I'm going to do my spell. Now it is, friend of mine of great love, I seek an answer to your plight. Eir, come and aid this person with all my love and your might. Hail Eir, aid this person. You know who she is. I've wrote it like this. Hail, Eira, Valkyries too, aid this healing, because I seek you. And put it in there. Right, so now you get what's left. I'm going to empty that on the top, like so. Hail, Eira, hail to thee, goddess that sets all free. Hail, Eira, positive light, bring your power, bring your might. Hail, Eira, hail to thee, send your healing energy to thee. The one I've named, the one who needs sending now. I ask you, please. Hail, Eira, hail, Valkyrie, hail to thee, bringer of life and good energy. Hail to thee, great goddess of love. Love, light, healing above, send this now to the one I love. Hail, hail, hail. It is done, guys. That's what it's all about. Energy, power, sending it, and knowing it's done. Now, it's always a good idea to ask the person that you're going to be doing this work for if it's okay, for they do have a say in it. But if it's someone that really needs your aid, you will not go wrong with this goddess. She's not going to harm them, she's not going to do anything. And if it is for the benefit of that person, then I would say go ahead. But yes, to cover yourself, you should probably ask their permission first. I know that this person would like it anyway, so I know I'm okay to do this. While this is doing and this is cooking up, we're going to relax ourselves now. So get yourselves comfortable, get yourselves seated and know you're not going to be disturbed. And all I want to do really is take you on the journey of the spell. Now, the journey of the spell is not so much meeting Eira, but seeing where it's going to go and what it's going to do. So I'm going to beat my drum very lightly, and I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and feel your body starting to relax. Anything that comes into your mind, let it fly past. You don't have to worry about it. You're where you're meant to be, and you are safe. Start to relax. Take some deep breaths. Hear the drum. Hear the drum beat. It's the drum beat of your heart. It's the beat of love, of compassion, of all that you want for this person or this problem that you are dealing with. Feel that beat and know it's your heart. And that heart is calling out for this spell to work, for the love to come back to the person or the situation that they are in. You see the swan, or the thing that you have put it all into. You see it in front of you. But you are the size of a very small fairy now. are able to stand and look over the edge into what you have put into this. And you stand there and you look at it and you think, wow, that is a lot. You notice the heartbeat is starting to fade and that you feel light and airy and you feel okay. And you are watching what's inside of the container. And of course you are small and it looks huge. You feel a gust of air and it's flying like a whirlwind around the container, and it knocks you into the container with it all. And you're sitting there thinking, oh, where am I going? And with that, you feel yourself being lifted, and in front of you is Eira with her feather cape. She is looking at you and she nods. She doesn't say a thing. She says in her mind's eye, through her face, acknowledgement and love and acceptance of you being there. You bow to her and say thank you, for you know she has come to take this spell and to make it work for you. You wait to see what's going to happen next. And when you look around you, you notice a brilliant light is appearing, and she is there standing with her hands held out, and you feel the energy of what you wanted drifting with the air, mingling with her energy, but it's still there. And she looks at you and nods as if to say, I have read the request, I know what it is, leave it with me. And with that you find yourself outside of the container and the same size as you should be. You look at it and it looks so small now. She is not with you. She's taken this request and she is now with the other Valkyries. The energy feels lovely, peaceful and full of compassion, and you know that it's in safe hands. And you come back to where you should be, and you know that this is in progress. And you also know that Odin wants in on this, and so the birds will need it in the morning. So first thing in the morning you will take it out there and you will give it to the element of air. Now you can burn it as well, guys, if you want to. The paper will burn, but as I said to you, if you're using volcanic sand, you don't want to be doing too many flames around it. So tomorrow morning this will go straight out to the elements and you will get your answer. You will see the answer to your spell. And that's all there is to it. Now I hope you enjoyed it. It's very short, but I just wanted to share this. She's a wonderful goddess to work with, and also being a handmaiden, yet being so important. She also has been renownedly linked to a Jotun who was also very compassionate, and they often worked together. And so we can thank the fact that Odin and all of them have their set work, their set jobs, yet they can still work in conjunction with each other. And that is true of us too. we two can work in conjunction. And so that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I just wanted to share this because air is a lovely energy, and also using paper, pen and all the things that we can use makes it very interesting to do as well. So I want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you so much, I really do appreciate it. And those that are always there, thank you too. And if you're watching my content regularly and haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button, for it does aid the channel. And I don't ask very often, but I felt it would be great of you if you haven't. I would appreciate it, thank you. And there I'm going to leave it, guys. So wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. House of Alang.